していくとなんかピッピッとなったりするんで、でも
すごかったです。
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, please.
So yesterday we did two big workshops, very important workshop on building decision rule. We saw different ways of building decision rule. We use decision rule to do to return result for us. We did decision rule to get value of something like get price. We use decision rule to make assignment, such as if you choose mountain bike, automatically select this type of frame, this type of bracket, this type of chain, etc. We also saw
今始まったところで大丈夫ですか？
we also saw how using decision rule we can have many branches, and if all branches need same logic, we can duplicate logic without having to write using labels. We also saw how to use hierarchy to put all entities together, to group them. Some entity have decision rules, so we bind them. Some don't have, so we leave them. We also saw in application builder, when we check in and publish our model, we use controls and we drag and drop drop down radio buttons, hierarchy control onto page. We also saw how we can bind a decision rule on the page using component default values, which everybody forgot except Kawata-san. So a lot of concepts, but more important of all of this, again, lot of use of creating data library, doing mappings, making right column the unique column, importing from data library into your model, giving it common structure using entity type. So a lot of concepts we learned. Today we're going to have a look at how to define user selection. You remember I told you in solution configurator there are two types of rules that you can write. One is decision rules. With decision rule, you assign values, you return results, you perform actions, you do calculations, you duplicate logic, you set values to things. But constraint rule only used for yes, no, valid, invalid. So if customer choose one option and try to choose another option, if they don't match, then invalid. But if customer choose first option, choose a valid second option, then it is valid combination. For those kinds of things, constraint rule is useful. Most common place for constraint rule is, you can see on web page in user interface, when somebody make selection, if something is valid, then blue in color, if something is invalid, red color. Of course, not necessary you have only blue or red. You can add a different style to your user interface using style sheet files. So you can beautify your user interface in many ways. So mind the gap. This is big warning, because must importantly remember not to confuse constraint rule with decision rule. Okay, Kawata-san, you have question? Constraint rule only for yes, no, invalid, valid, true, false. Okay, you cannot use constraint rule to do things. You cannot assign value to constraint rule in a constraint rule. You cannot do calculations in constraint rule. You cannot return result in constraint rule. Only thing you can do in constraint rule is say this is valid or this is invalid. This is true, this is false. That is all you can do.
Okay. Make sense with in Japanese.
Sure.
Yeah.
すいません。
昨日まで、まあちょっとずっとお話しされちゃったんですけど、昨日中野系の私がこっちに学んですが、いろいろやったコンストレ、今言ってたのはコンストレインで制約ルールのところなんですけど、その前のデシジョンルールとか、いろいろ昨日やったものをちょっとサマリーでお話しされてたんですけど、昨日僕が皆さんにお配りした、スライドの PDF のスライドのですね、3から6とかっていうスライドがあると思うんですけど、その今のこのマインドギャップのですね、次のページ、皆さん、please show us the next page, next slide. Yeah. 彼女が話をしていたのは、デシジョンルールと、コンストレインと、あと他のもろもろ設定皆さんされたやつについてお話ししたんですけど、最後に言ってたコンストレインについては、バリッド、インバリッドで、イエス、ノーだけで、使えるってお母さん言ってましたよね。
そうです。
そうですよね。
はい。コンストラクションルールは、もう2パターンしかなくて、どっちかを選ぶ形式でやるってことです。イエス、ノーがバリッド、インバリッド。
で、まあ、今そういった総括的な話を昨日のやつをされてたんですけど、何か質問があれば、ちょっとこの時点でされておくといいかなというふうに思います。そうです。で、多分昨日僕午後いなかったんですけど、この前の、スライド2とかで、多分ラップアップって、まとめの話とかされてるんですかね、昨日はされてません。
はしてない。
してないですか。
はい。研修やって、研修の前に説明あって、研修やって終わりみたいな感じですね。
OK。わかりました。そうすると、スライドのワークショップの2のところに、昨日やったところのまとめとかも、まあ、英語になっちゃってるんですけど、書いてあるので、ちょっとそこも見ていただくといいかなと思います。ですので、また、今日は、進めながら、不明なところがあったら、質問していただければ、ちょっと私の方で聞いてみますので、あとは、もう一つ言ってたのが、デシジョンルールとか、様々なルールですね、コンストレインとか、そういう別々に作るんですけど、だからそれをこう、なんでしょうか、別々に作るんだけど、作り方を混同しちゃうことがあるので、まあ、それを混同しないようにしてほしいみたいなことを言ってます。だから、非常にこれが、何ですか、理解を妨げるということだと思うんですけど、関連性で言うと、スライド、ワークショップ2のスライドの、22ページですけど、それから、Cincom, please show us your okay. Please give me a so. 皆さんの
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. HD か。そうか。OK。そしたらですね、
コネクタがあるはず。
そしたら、皆さん、please connect your PC, and so please show us good. 使いますよ。どうも、彼女のところです。ミさん、プリーショーさん、そういう。Yes. And open them. Okay. Yes. And so. それで、とても製品としては、いや、いいさ、okay, yeah, please show us this image, this image. 我々が今やってる環境ってこういう感じの環境になってて、僕昨日ちょっとランタイムのところに出ちゃったんでわかんないですけど、ここにヘルプのところにですね、英語で本当申し訳ないですけど、今こういう関係性とかつながりとかが書いてあるところがありますので、そこを見ると、あ、そうか、そういう関係になってるんだなっていうふうなことがわかると思います。So, I explain this relationship with these components in a good environment. So you mentioned about not
CPQ.
Not so. OK ですので、これをちょっと見ていただくと、その関係性というか、それが分かるかと思いますので、これはまあ彼女ちょっと言ってないんですけど、そういうところでまあ見ていただくことができるということで、ちょっと追加でお話をしています。皆さん、I give them some supplement for the understanding and are you using this help?
And help file also very useful for you to find information on how to work with entities, how to work with decision rules, working with constraint rules. So a lot of information available here. So your best place to go look is
佐藤さん、これが Google で翻訳ができるか試してみてください。違うか。
多分できます。そのままこう。
question mark.
Question mark.
Question mark. View help.
View help.
And if you have any for modelers, where to go for business rules. If you have separate people who developing web page, for them this section very useful. But at the same time, I also writing a document with reference for what each term means.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Please go ahead.
So again, we see this cycle when sales, I am customer, I want a particular car. This car must have this engine, this gearbox, this color, this kind of interior. So salesperson take customer, my needs, and based on salesperson's best knowledge, he says, oh, I have car for you. This is the best car. It has this kind of engine, this kind of color, this kind of interior, this body, everything. Feedback from customer. Yes? Is this correct? Is this your, your requirement, and we generate sales output. Same thing with product configuration. So you're moving from sales environment to product environment, business rule, where business analysts go ask salespeople, okay, This is how rules come. I capture rules. Business analysts provide to modeler. Modeler say this is to tell the modeler this is business rules, and modeler sit, analyze business rule, make decision rules and constraint rules into their product model, and in the user interface allow customer to see how when customer makes selections, decision rules and constraint rule firing in the background and showing different options. And when finish configuration, you happy with configuration, you save it and then write back to ERP system. So for building product model, you must think what kind of questions will salesperson ask the customer, and if customer give answers, how to best take these answers and give to modeler or give to business analyst who will then give to modeler saying these are the answers, how are we going to split into decision rules, into constraint rules. And when we write rules, we want to make sure customer is not misled, because just because we say we have product catalog with thousands of products, we want them to have the right product because customer has specific need. We want to cater, we want to give customer product for that need. So our model, our rules engine must be having good rules that will allow right product to be chosen. And for that, sales side, engineering side must constantly meet and discuss to get business rules right. It is a repeating process. Try, error, okay, try again, then correct, then try before you make perfect. So then, if we want to give customer the right path to choosing right product, how do we do it? We write some rules to make sure customer sees if he chooses this kind of body, if he chooses this kind of engine, then the only kind of car he can have is this. So I keep giving you example, 2-liter engine, you try for your smallest Toyota, is invalid. But if customer wants a Lexus, then lot more options are valid. And that is where you write constraint rules. Remember, I said constraints will give relationship between entities, valid, invalid. And by default, they will fire in both directions. A will affect B, B will affect A. But if you want, you can set to fire only one way. That means A can affect B, but any change you make in B cannot affect A. That is one way. But default, two-way. This way also, this way also. So constraint rules help to make sure customer is not getting lost in many products. So as customer makes specific selections, he is being presented with more specific set of other selections. The most common place where you can see constraint rule happening is in the user interface. When sometimes on Amazon.com, you know, if you order something from Amazon.com, I give example of Australia. Until about 3-4 years ago, you cannot buy electronic items from Amazon USA site and say ship to Australia. So then, but if you order books, If you order CDs, if you order DVDs, you can ship to Australia. So, what is our constraint rule there? If up in and that's all right. Right. Oh, it does move. Magic. Better, thank you. Oh. Type. This is I'm giving you example 5 years ago. Okay, now if you buy big what do you call that thing? Boom boom sound home theater system also. They ship to Australia. But I'm telling you about 5 years ago. 5 years ago, if you buy mobile phone, iPad, any electronics, yeah. Ship country is EU. Yes? So, what that means is, if my product type is mobile, if electronics, just forget mobile phone, iPad, etc. It will just give general term, electronics. And ship country is Australia, invalid. If product type is anything else and ship country is Australia, then valid. Amazon.com, example. So, for your product or for your products, you decide what you want to show customer. You see, for me, I love online shopping. Love it. Get many deals out of Amazon.com. Think of me as customer, right? I go looking for product. I like products. I add shopping cart. I put all my details in. I give address. I'm getting ready to pay with my credit card, and boom. Sorry, cannot ship to Australia. Customer happy? No, not happy. So, we want to give customer consistent experience. How we do that? We write our rules in such a way that when customers straight away choose what product type, you can tell them then, right here in this stage. Even before they add to shopping cart, we can tell them, no, you cannot have it. So, before you get to stage of taking customer all the way to the end and making them disappointed, you set rules in place where you first set boundary for what customer can buy for his or her country. And that is how you write constraint rule, to tell customer upfront what products he or she can have. Okay? I want to give you the example here. We use in our exercises style seat handlebars. This is an example of a constraint rule. We read it, it says it has 3 branches. If bike type is a road bike, and if seat is a hybrid seat or shock absorbent seat or ergonomic seat, then it is a valid combination. So road bike plus SM hybrid or shock absorber or ergonomic equals valid selection. If road bike and any other seat selection, then invalid. Same thing for mountain bike. As in same way you make valid invalid for road bike. Same way you make valid invalid for touring bike. So according to this example, if you select road bike, that means this seat, this seat, this seat are valid selections. All invalid selections in gray. If you choose gray, go red. That means invalid. Oh, so we're going to have a look at how to write a constraint rule in this workshop. I think very small workshop. So, all your papers look so big. It's scary.
Nita-san, I would like to make sure, so where are we now? So please show us your slide. So page 22, or please show us your slide, PowerPoint, page.
According to the full thing?
Yeah.
I tell you.
Yeah.
Because you know I tailor make for training because there's a lot of sales thing in this,
okay.
so I tailor make for. We are now in.
Yes, I know. But
102.
so I want to your slide number is 22. Slide number is 22 or 21, please. Yeah, this one.
This one?
Page number is Page number is 20.
87.
Yeah, I want to show us so
22.
22.
Okay.
No, 違うの。
違いますね。
Okay,
Which one you want?
please.
Before this?
Oh yeah. We already teaching.
That's alright. I'll quickly do this for you. There.
Yeah.
This one?
You mentioned about
Constraint group.
decision rule, constraint rule, and so where we are.
Now we are in user selections.
User selection.
Yes.
Here.
Yes.
We are here. Okay. And so today's workshop is.
All these, yes.
Okay. I understand. Thank you. Thank you. 僕は随分遅れていることがさらに分かりましたので、後でよろしくお願いします。これはちょっと取り戻しようがないです。
Me too です。
これは聞いちゃったらご迷惑をかけそうなんで。
もうコンストレントのワンウェイって何でしたっけ？ワンウェイ。
ワンウェイは
ね
一番長いやつです。
どういう
絵をやって、
順番があるって。
なんか、バイウェイとか、双方向、どっちから選んでもいいのは、なんかワンウェイじゃないやつ。
双方向ですね。前のナレッジビルダーの時にもありました。
いっぱいこう並べたときに、右から、左から右。
作るときはそうですね。
ね
で、実際のインターフェースは A を選んじゃったら B なんだけど、B を選んだら、A を選べないとか、それを